Yeah, it happened about 5 months ago when Dr. Dre's daughter announced that she was living in her car homeless. And um, I just want to shed light on the fact that, you know, it's just a representation of what's really going on throughout America. She's just one example of a person who has, for whatever reason, crossed ways with their parents, and their parents cut off the financial support. Now, very often, people who are teens, very young people, are are ostracized for their family for being a certain sexual orientation. You know, if they come out as gay, that's been a common reason. There's a lot of LGBTQ youth on the street. Well, that's one area, but there can be a lot of rifts between families that cause them to be separated. Very often, celebrities will have this, agreement, so that, God, I can't think of it right now, the name of it, but where, you know, family members aren't supposed to talk about them to the public, regardless of, what they have done, or, any misunderstandings, abuse, whatever. They're not supposed to speak with the public. And I guess his daughter broke that, and that's why she was evicted from, I guess, the condo that he owned. 36 is not that old in terms of having your life established. Some people have gone to college and it's worked for them. Maybe they've chosen the right major and gotten with a corporation. But many people who do what they're supposed to do, think they are doing what they're supposed to do, going to college. I'm trying to make the point that college is not for everyone. She really dreamed of following in her father's footsteps. And that probably wasn't the path he had for her. And he probably wasn't supportive in her. And she spoke up about that.
My dad wants me to do like nursing, go to school for this and do trade this, and that's cool and all, but that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. You went to school to be an architect, and then you flipped, and then you were a DJ, and now you're a producer. So shit happens and shit changes. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, his mom didn't even want him to rap. She wanted him to finish going to school. And he chose to go ahead and do whatever he wanted to do, and look at the outcome. He's a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel like I'm in his shoes. But instead of my mom saying no, he's saying.
And when family members speak up, like I said, very often they're cut off from all financial support. And to have your financial support go suddenly, it usually impacts your housing. So that's what happened with Dr. Dre's daughter. And I just want to bring this up because there's a GoFundMe page that I'm trying to get support now. A woman was evicted in the middle of winter in the very cold state of Michigan, and it got little support. Her goal was $25,000, or is $25,000. Dr. Dre's daughter's goal is $50,000. And it may sound like a lot, and it is a lot. It is a lot. But have you looked at housing prices? When you go on a vacation, you save a whole year to go on a vacation for your hotel accommodation. You save a whole year for your transportation. Think of people having to pay that on a weekly or a monthly basis. You've got this woman trying to raise $25,000, and she may end up having to pay $6,000 a month. That's just going to buy her time to get into a decent place. But I say this because both of these GoFundMe pages, and there are countless more. The one that I'm trying to spread awareness about now, neither of them has reached the goal that they set out. And for some reason, GoFundMe pages for people who are experiencing homelessness just do not reach their goal. And I shouldn't say for some reason, it's an obvious reason. Homelessness has not been given the attention that it needs in any area of society, but especially where most people get their news. Most people just go to the same source for their news. They don't look around them and see what's going on in the world. They simply go to the mainstream media, turn on the TV, blindly look at it, take in whatever the mainstream media says, and they believe it. So yeah, you've got people calling people bums who have lost their housing, calling people lazy, and other disparaging terms. We live in a horrible society. There are corporate takeovers. Insurance there are disparities in insurance. There are disparities in education, life events, and most people don't know how to make a living. To be perfectly honest, most people don't know how to make a living. They think if they go to school, they go to college, get a degree, work for a corporation, then they're set. Well, what happens when that corporation shut down, as we've recently seen during the pandemic? And now you've got a lot of people, once again, who are without housing. It can happen to anyone, and we've got to stop this, perpetuating this idea and casting aspersions on people. I don't think Dr. Dre's daughter ever reached her goal. It was like $8,000 out of a $50,000 goal. No one person is expected to do all this, but collectively we should help people. There are millions of people who can give $5 and not question it and not judge. We're too judgmental. And it's the will of the people that's keeping the homeless crisis down. So I just want to say, the next time you go by a GoFundMe page and someone's experiencing homelessness, put your judgment aside, put what you've seen in the mainstream media aside, and begin to think what you should do as your spirit would tell you. That's all I have to really say today on Let's Talk. If you got some value out of this, please subscribe wherever you are. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're on the podcast, subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I'm talking again. And you can also follow me on Instagram at lits.talk. All right, peace, and I'll talk to you soon.